Hello everyone, I'm Padmini and I work in the marketing team for Zoho Middle East and Africa. And in today's session, I'll be taking you through the productivity tools that are part of the Remotely suite. So this is going to be the agenda. I'll start off with Zoho's Office suite. We'll look at project management tools that are part of Remotely. And then I'll also be talking to you about how your IT admins and your help support desk people can provide remote assistance, and we have Zoho Showtime as well, with which you can run webinars and trainings. So we'll be discussing in brief about all of these applications today. So the first product is Zoho Workdrive. Now, Zoho Workdrive is a file management system that is designed specifically for teams. It's basically a document and file management tool that helps you create a central repository for all your files and folders that your entire team creates. Now, if you look at its similar tools that are in the market like Google Drive or Dropbox, that's aimed for more of a personal use. So it would help individuals arrange and manage all their files and pictures and slide decks and everything. But WorkDrive is designed for teams, and it's meant for teams to handle all of their data. Now, for example, within Zoho, if you see how we use WorkDrive, we have about 45 plus tools, correct? So that implies 45 plus marketing teams, and each team creates hundreds and thousands of documents and slides, over the time. So every other team would need access to all these documents at some point. So WorkDrive helps us maintain the central repository of all our files and folders with appropriate actions and permissions, so that it's visible for everyone within the company to access. So a few features before we get into the demo. The first one I'd want to talk about is permission control. Now, like I said, while it's important to make sure information is available for everyone within your organization, you'd have to make sure that the data is not mishandled or deleted by other people. We provide granular level permission and access control settings, so you can control who views a particular team folder, and even set permissions for the subfolders and individual files within the folder as well. The next feature is integrations. Now, like with every other Zoho tool, Zoho Workdrive is also integrated with a lot of Zoho applications. Specifically, I would like to highlight about the Office suite. It comprises of Zoho Writer, Sheet, and Show that helps you create documents, spreadsheets, and slide decks, respectively. So you'd be able to launch these applications right from WorkDrive. They'll be automatically saved within WorkDrive, and they'd be in sync. Now, coming to data security, Zoho guarantees that all of your files and documents are completely safe and secure with us. We comply to industry specific security standards. We're GDPR compliant as well. All of your data files are encrypted both at transit and at rest. So we'd make sure none of your files are mishandled at any point in time. Now let's get into the product demo. So this is how Zoho Workdrive looks like. Now to my left here, I can see all the team folders that I'm a part of. We have the sales collaterals, documents from the HR team, our content library, help documents, and some legal documents here. Now a few of these are more secure than the others. That means a few of them are public and a few of these folders are private. You can set these up while you're creating a new folder. To do that, when I click on this, you can see some privacy settings options are provided, and once this is done, you'll be able to add members to your folder. Now these are all the folders and subfolders that are part of the sales collateral. You'll be able to share each of these subfolders individually as well. So when you select a folder, you have some options. So you'll be able to share the folder, get the permalink, download this, and other properties for this folder. Now I'll be able to even invite external collaborators. Now, for example, if you see here, there's something called as a new external share link. You enter a link name, and to provide better security to your folder, since you're inviting someone external to your organization, you will be able to set a password, set expiration dates, allow them to download the document or not. So once this is done, you'll be able to share the link. Now any new document that you create here will be added to this folder. Like I had mentioned, we've been integrated with Zoho Writer, Sheets, Sheet, and Show. So you can launch these applications right from Workdrive, and they'll all be stored in the particular folder that you're creating. Now, this section is more like my personal space. I have the My Folder section where all the documents that I have particularly created are visible, all my pictures and other specific documents. You would notice that there are PDF files and Excel files as well, and not just files that are created with Zoho products. So any sort of a file type, you'd be able to add it and manage it with Workdrive. Now let's get on to the next product, which is Zoho Writer. I have it right here. Now, this is our UI for Zoho Writer. As I had mentioned, it's a word processor. So it'll help you create documents, any contracts or agreements for your team. Now, as you can see, our UI is very clean. You just have the document writer here. But then when you click on this symbol, all of the different tools that you'd need would be available. You have different formatting tools. You'd be able to insert images, tables, shapes, even barcode and QR code for that matter. And you can design these pages as per your liking as well. Now we provide some other tools as well. We have spell check and a personal dictionary. Now say if you make some mistake in your file, now for example this section here, it'll tell you there's incorrect spacing and you can immediately correct it. Now what's best about Zoho Writer is you'd be able to invite your team members to collaborate on that document. So you can easily share the folder here. I'll just give that a second to load. And here you can add the emails of the members you'd like to share and set different access settings. So either they can just view the document, or they'd be able to edit and comment on it, or they'd be able to share it as well. Now, since it's integrated with Workdrive, it gives us details about that as well here. Now, when we invite them, the person can come here and make comments saying, what has to be changed. They'd be able to delete it. And as a document owner, you can decide if you want to accept these changes or not. So all of these changes can be made under this review section here. So we have compose, where we'll be able to create documents. Under review, you'll see all the changes that have been made, the comments that have been left by the collaborators. And under distribute, you can see how you can publish this, email, post to blog, sign collection as well. So we have integrated with Zoho Sign, our digital signature platform. So if you want to send this out to any of your client to sign a contract, you'd be able to directly do it from here. And other than just creating documents, you can even manage end-to-end documentation workflows. Now, say you have to send multiple clients a contract. Instead of creating it repeatedly over and over again, you can insert fields here and pull data from your CRM to populate these fields. Like I mentioned, integrate with a sign platform to get it sent, and this entire process can be done automatically. Now, another cool feature that I really would like to mention here is our document version history. Let me just show that option to you. That's here. So what that means is any changes that you have made to this document will be tracked. So at any point in time, you want to go back to a prior version of your document, you can just click on that. You can see what's changed or restored to that particular version, and it'll go back to this. So yeah, so that's really convenient. Now, even within Zoho, all of our editors sit out of the US and our content writers are based out of India. So we easily collaborate with them, and we've been remotely working since I can remember, since I've joined this company. As a marketer, I live on Writer. So it's extremely convenient to get many people on board to edit and publish documents. The next product is Zoho Show. Any presentation that you see from Zoho would be created by Show. You can add your company design, you can include images, add shapes, include animations. And like with every other Zoho tool, you can add collaborators and invite them to make changes to your presentation as well. The same way like with Zoho Writer, you would be able to see versions, go back to that version and manage all your documents. Now I'll quickly jump on to the next product, which is Zoho Sheets. Now Zoho Sheets, as the name suggests, helps you create spreadsheets. It's a very robust application, and it comes fully with charts. You can add functions and formulas. You'd be able to leave notes as well, and you have multiple formatting options too, and you'd be able to easily validate your data, filter through data, look for inconsistencies all automatically. Now, one feature that I would definitely like to highlight within Sheets is Zia. Zia is an AI tool that we've integrated with Zoho Sheets. Now, what Zia does is it would analyze your data and give suggestions on what charts you can include and any other aggregates that you need to perform. You can even ask Zia for some questions. Now, say if I want to know the total cost that's happened, and I look this up, it would give me the formulas that I can include within my sheet. So Zia is almost like your personal data analyst who would be able to go through your information and suggest different analysis that can be performed. And yes, you'd be able to share and include collaborators with sheet as well. Now, let me go back to my presentation. I'd also like to add that Workdrive is available for smartphones and desktop. In fact, even the Office suite that we're talking about, that is available on smartphones as well. And you will be able to work on all of these tools online and offline. So, say if you don't have internet connection, you would be able to save these files, continue to work on them, and once you have proper internet connection, you'd be able to sync it back up. So, data across all the applications that you're using would be in sync that way. And we have an easy process to help migrate from other tools that you're currently using. So say if you'd want to move from Google Drive or Dropbox and you want to test out Zoho Workdrive, we have a one-click migration process that's set up in place. The next tool I'd be talking about is Zoho Projects. Now, as it says on the slide, it's a project management tool. We have over 1 million business users who are running all their projects with this tool, right from small freelancers who run their personal projects to larger corporates who are planning the launch of your website or running events. They all manage it with projects. Now, it's a pretty robust tool with a lot of complex features, but I'm just going to start you off with some very basic feature on Zoho Projects. Now, the basic idea within projects is you take any large project, you break it down into multiple smaller tasks, and you assign a member or say a group of member to each task, and you monitor that entire process. Now, as the project gets bigger, we have introduced multiple levels. Like you can see here, there's milestone and task list, just to make it easy to monitor the progress and make sure the checkpoints are reached as the way you have planned. So, for example, if you're going off Prem's example, installing solar panels on the rooftop or something like that, the milestones would be like on-site work, and then the second milestone would be installation, and the third would be maintenance and repair. And the first milestone can be broken down into task lists, and each task list can be broken down into further tasks. Now, in fact, every task can be broken down into subtasks as well. So, based on how detailed you'd want to go, you can introduce these different levels. Now, I'll go into the product to just show you how it looks. So, this is how the Zoho Projects homepage or your dashboard looks like. From here, the task that I've created is solar panel installation, and from here you'd get an overview of the entire project and how it's happening. You'd get the task status, what's closed, what's in progress, how your entire team is performing, the weekly digest, and the user status on what's overdue and what's completed and what tasks are open. So each of these dashboards can be customized. You can move them around as per your wish, remove them if you wouldn't want it. So every feature that you see is completely customizable. So these are all the task lists that are needed for this project. And as you can see, this was our milestone, and every milestone is divided into multiple task lists, and every task list has multiple tasks under it. Now, this is a classic view. We also have the plain view and Kanban view. Let me quickly show you that. So every task is like a panel here, and you'd be able to move these around as and when it's completed. Say it's in progress, you can quickly move it here, and you can get details of these projects here as well. Now, This is how it looks like. You'd be able to fix the priority, what is the status, how many work hours is required, who is the owner of the task. All of this can be created here. If there's any dependency, any subtasks there, you can add documents directly from. Another cool feature is our integration with Click and Meeting. So if you want to quickly, get on a meeting with everyone who's involved in this task, you can quickly add them here. You can even create a Click channel out of all the people who are involved with this particular project. So I have my chat window with a colleague open here. Now here I've mentioned we need to create an NDA with the legal team's help. I can immediately turn that into a task by just clicking this here, going into more and creating a task and adding everything right here. You'd be able to choose the title and what the priority is, due date, and map it to the correct task list from here. If you want to see what tasks are there for today, then we have our projects bot. So you can launch that too, and that would give you some information. I have no upcoming bugs or tasks. So all of our applications are very in sync that way. Now, the next tool I'd be talking about is Sprints. Sprints is again another project management tool, but it's specifically meant for agile teams. Like, say, if you're you're developing an application or you're a part of a design team, something that requires multiple iterations. That's what Sprints is more suitable for. So, projects is more suitable when you have an exact idea of what are the tasks that are involved to complete a specific project. You're able to easily differentiate them and assign tasks and monitor that entire system. But then with sprints, that'll help you when teams where you need multiple iterations to complete a project. I won't be getting into the product demo for sprints in this video. However, I'll be sharing useful links at the end of the session that you can go ahead and check out. Now we'll move on to the next product, which is Showtime. So Showtime is where this entire training is also happening. It's an online training platform that will help you host remote training and webinar sessions for your clients and your users. Now, this is how it looks from a trainer's perspective. So most of the tools you might have seen from your end as an attendee as well, but there are some other features that could help us. Now we have another chat box that helps us chat only with trainers. You'd be able to add co-trainers to help. Now even with this event, we have Kichu who keeps pitching in when there are questions. He's been able to answer all the questions and chats that people leave out. So it's good to have a co-trainer to help moderate events like these. And you can see that you can even share any material that you have, option to screen share, record the session, and even start out a whiteboard. So whiteboard is basically a board where you can just write down notes, or say if you're creating like a process flow or drawing something for your audience, you'd be able to use that option. So this is how the product screen looks like. One cool feature that I would like to bring up is how you can collect a registration fee for your event. We have integrated with multiple payment platforms that makes this really simple. So you can have paid tickets, and we have provisions on how you can issue refund as well. So under people's tab, you'd be able to see everyone who's paid for your session, and if you'd want to issue a refund, we have easily been able to handle that. And you get session analytics at the end of every session as well. So you'll be able to see how your engagement level has been, what has been the rating that you've been receiving for the particular event, your total registrations and number of attendees. And if you're running any poll, you'd get answers of those questions too. Now, Showtime runs on mobile too, so it's compatible on our mobile system. So even a trainer can run the entire presentation from their phone, and so can an attendee view their entire session as well. The next tool we'll be looking at is Zoho Assist. It's an online remote support tool that would be very beneficial for your IT admins and your support teams to provide remote assistance to your clients and customers. Now with Zoho Assist, they will be able to access your client's device. It could be laptop, desktop, or even mobile application. They'd be able to access it too, and that would help them look into issues quickly. It would help them troubleshoot the problems faster and improve their resolution time. So IT admin teams could be helping the internal users with checking for malware any malware issues, installing a new applications or updating current application. They can even perform system maintenance as well. And technicians would be able to gain access to their customer's laptop and fix whatever problems or issues in a quicker manner. So let's go into the application. So this is how a support tool would look like. Now, the best part about Assist is your client doesn't have to install any application or anything for this to run. You would just have to enter their email address, and once you start the session, they would get an invite code. Once they accept it, the technician would be able to look at the screen or access their device. Now, some features that are quite interesting with Assist is you can invite another technician. Say, if you want support from other technicians to solve a particular issue, you'd be able to easily invite them through the option that we've provided here. Another major advantage is file transfer. So, say if your technician would have to send out updates or patches to your client's laptop, they would be able to easily send files through Assist and receive files as well. Of course, all of this is happening in a very secure environment. The next tool is the text, voice and video chat. So your technician and support team would be able to easily chat with the customer and get a better understanding of their problems that they're facing, and this tool is a part of Assist right here, so they'll be able to easily do so. All the chat transcripts, session notes, everything would be saved within Assist for you to later come to it and look into it if need be. The next feature is reboot and reconnect. So say your technician would have to reboot your client's laptop, they would still be able to reconnect and rejoin to the same session after the reboot is done as well. The next feature is Assist on mobile. So your technician or your support team would be able to provide support from wherever they are on whichever device. So they would be able to do this from their mobile device as well, and they can look into issues on the laptop, desktop and mobile too. The next product is Zoho Lens. Now, Zoho Lens is also another remote support tool, but it's based on augmented reality. So, it is ideal for field workers and customer service workers, especially in the manufacturing, construction industry, or if they are in maintenance and repair. So, basically how Lens works is, say if there's a field worker at a customer site or a construction place, and they want a technician's input about a particular problem, and the technician is somewhere remote, say in an office or someplace else, they would be able to help out through Lens. So the field worker can point out what issues are happening through Lens, like you can see here, and the technician would be able to view it from wherever he or she is. So with 3D annotation, they would be able to exactly point out where the issue is, and this is how the screen would look like for the technician's end. They would be able to see the issues, communicate with the field worker directly, and from there able to take down notes for that session. They can take snapshots for future reference and chat with the field worker or the client as well. So the technician would be able to help the field workers or the remote client right from wherever he or she is by accessing Zoho Lens. Some of the key features of Zoho Lens is listed here. The first one being session analytics. So your admin team would be able to see how long the duration of the session was, how many such sessions happened every day, the chat transcription, any other snapshots that took place during the session, what's the average time of every session, even the IP addresses of the phone as well. Then there is session recording. So after every session, you get a complete recording of what went down during that session for further analysis. And we have integrated with smart glass vendors as well. So your technician or your field worker would be able to work hands-free since we support smart glass. The next feature is rebranding. So if you want to completely rebrand the application, change the URL, the logos and the favicon and everything, that is possible as well. So this brings me to the end of the session. I would like to leave you with a few useful links. So if you have any questions about remotely or any other Zoho product, feel free to write to us at mea-solutions@zohocorp.com. We have remotely webinars that happen every day. So if you want a detailed understanding of every product, please make sure to visit our website that's put up here.
Thank you.